to the earth. In each atom, I visualize as many Buddhas as there are atoms surrounded by the countless Bodhisattvas. Thus, our space is filled with the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas. I praise our Buddhas through manifesting, chanting, expressing the great ocean of their excellent qualities. To Buddhas, I make offering of arrows, pure flowers, flower garlands of music, anointing oils, manifesting light, and fragrant incense. I make offering to them of fine garment, perfume and purple, poured high as moon, meru, and orange in most beautiful way. I visualize the highest and most extensive offerings and offer them with great faith to all Buddhas. I prostrate to the Buddhas and make offering to them following the deeds of the great Bodhisattva Samandabhadra. I confess to you, Buddhas, whatever negative actions I have committed due to the power of anger, desire, and ignorance. I rejoice in the merit of all the Buddhas and the 10 directions of the great Bodhisattvas and the Pachika Buddha, those who have attained Aharasha, those who have entered the path of Aharasha and other beings. I request to all great protectors and the Buddhas to turn the highest way of Dharma, as the light dispelling the darkness of beings in the 10 directions and leading them gradually to the enlightened states. I supplicate those Buddhas intending passing to Parinirvana to living long for as many eons as there are atoms of the earth, in order to benefit all beings. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying for the sake of the enlightenment of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate. The ground is spanking with the scented water and strewed with the flowers. It is adorned with the Meru, the spring mountain, the 4 continents, and the sun and the moon. As Buddha fell for it, may all sentient beings attain the happiness as the Buddha feels. To the Lama who possesses the 3 kayas, I offer the altar, inner and sacred offerings. With my body, worth, and all that is visible, please grant me the supreme realization and enlightenment. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying for all the several sentient beings, all this I dedicate. Om Guru Rina Mandala Panza Manga Samandra Savarina Samaya Hom. Equal refuge on the name of the world, your friend provides the 3,000 words. You are the victor of Arjadara, with our throat. I bow at the feet of Father and Jiti Sungo. Continually thank no one but you. Compassion and grant your blessings. Dispel darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize the unlimited nature of mind. Please turn the way of the Dharma of the two vehicles and the combination according to this position, the likewise the mental capacity of sentient beings. Manjushri, his wisdom is brilliant like the sun, free of clouds of 2 worlds, and perceive the various steps of knowledge in the true nature. For this reason, he holds the wisdom text at his heart. He has a compassion for all beings who suffer from the darkness of ignorance and the prison of samsara, as a father for only son. Like a thunderclap, he wakens those who are sleeping in ignorance and losing the charm of karma through the 60 branch of Haramana's speech. He wears the wisdom silver to cut the settling of suffering, to dispel darkness of confusion. In the Bodhisattva form, he is pure from beginningless time, fully accomplished in the 10 levels and perfect in the body of all knowledge. I supplicate you, Manjushri, adorned by 112 sons of Buddha, to dispel darkness of my ignorance. Om Arapazanade, 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 Om Arapazanade. Om Arapazanade, 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 Om Arapazanade. Om Arapazanade, Om Wange Joramo, Wange Joramo, Wange Joramo, Wange Joramo, Wange Joramo, Wange Joramo, Wange Joramo. Om Wange Joramo, you who are the perfect, youthful body, whose flame of wisdom blazes and dispel darkness of worldly ignorance, are posted before you and praise you, Manjushri. Yune Gulen Chang Wai Po, Yi Xie Zhong Me Ra Den Bar, Ji Den De Mo Men Sar Wa, Yang Bar Yang Lai Zong Zer Du. Good morning, everyone. So now we're going to opening Namo Guru. I think you received, right, Namo Guru yesterday? Press. Namo Guru.
In the vast sky of the glorious Dharma Dhatu, without boundary nor center, you pervade all dharmas, remembering again and again and again Vajradhara the Dhammakaya. I supplicate you with one point in mind, full of yearning. Guru, grant your blessing so that I may be realized like you. Grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru. Guru, grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru. Grant your blessing so that I may be realized like clouds gather in the east over the land of Sahor, billowing mists of blessing the rise. Remembering again and again Tilo Prajna Padra, I supplicate you with one divine grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru. Grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru. Guru, grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru. Grant your blessing so that I may be realized like some blessings that night the flashes of what wonder when 12 walks take for the sake of my remember living again and again. Learn my heart, keep the love of my heart. I supplicate more than my mind. Grant your blessing so that I may be alive. Grant your blessing so that I may be realized.
Do you have a song?
Grant your blessing so that I may be realized like turquoise dragon thunders in the south, overthrow all alone. supplicate you with one pointed mind full of yearning. Guru, grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru. Grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru. Grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru. Grant your blessing so that I may be realized like you.
The rain is falling in the highlands of the lodges, no range. Your instructions flow together into a lake. Remembering again and again, glorious Sherpadorji, I supplicate you with one pointed mind full of yearning.
Guru, grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru. Grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru. Guru, grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru. Grant your blessing so that I may be realized. The earth is soaked in east in the dark Agampo hills by the flowing stream of the waters of a clear, clear light. Oh, remembering again and again and again and again and again the Lord, the King, physicians. Oh, I supplicate you with one pointed mind full of yearning, yearning. Guru, grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru. Grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru. Grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru. Grant your blessing so that I may be realized like shoots sprout in the land of Hakmodu, and you reveal the treasure of the profound secret Tantra, remembering again and again and again the Lord, the self-born Buddha. I supplicate you with one pointed mind full of learning. And Guru, grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru. Grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru. Grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru. Grant your blessing so that I may be realized like
Six grains ripening the north, in the rhythm of trickle, the 6 grains prevail, 6 crops are things. Remembering again and again the kind lords of Dharma, I supplicate you with one pointed mind full of yearning like
Guru. Grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru. Guru, grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru. Guru, grant your blessing so that I may be realized like Guru. Grant your blessing so that I may be realized. On the crown of my head, on the sun and moon seat, sits my kind root Guru, inseparable from Vajrahara, Vajrahara. Remembering again and again and again my kind root Guru, I supplicate you with one pointed mind full of yearning now. Guru, grant grant your blessing so that I may be realized. Guru, grant your blessing so that I may be realized. Guru, grant your blessing so that I may be realized. Guru, grant your blessing so that I may be realized. Guru, grant your blessing so that I may be realized like
Thank you. Amazing. Very powerful. Calling the gurus. Okay. Do you hear the song? Zoom, okay, everyone?
It
Okay.
was good at first, then it got really staticky for a while, and then it improved. Gabby Lou fixed it.
Okay. Do you like?
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Outstanding.
Wonderful.
So now we also have more songs. First, I share short teaching here, followed by continue yesterday. Tamge doje jaje reason hong yinje mado deje bonjong bazerje lembo dawer jibek shaje jarbe shabla zizan zo dorje chanje delo naro dang marpa malai chije gambo bai pamo ruba jarwa indi gongbe Kaju lama nam lai zorwan de rome jije yenje borang ne de zom zanje genje ngo nye ranzun jige ngo zon dong zebe zawe lame shab lai zorwan de. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, beautiful song. So just we sing the called Namo Guru. The song is come from Jigtin Sumgon. During the Jigtin Sumgon, in that area, the valley, I heard they didn't get the rain. So then all the crop, the dying, the farmers are suffering. So then they went to recourse to Jigtin Sumgon, asked to blessing. Jigtin Sumgon sang this song of realization, so calling the gurus, and then rain comes. So the end of this, the last one talk about 6 rams. This grand or this sharing the crops, this food, or does it go to 6 rams? Provide 6 rams. The point that this when he sung this saying, and the rain comes, and then free from this many farmers, free from suffering, and Jigtin Sumgon prayer is actually this benefit or these 6 rams. That's the song of this Namo Guru. He calling all the gurus, Dorjen Chang, Telopa, Naropa, Marpa Loza, Milarepa, Gambopa, Pamotropa, and then Jigtin Sumgon. Actually, he didn't say Jigtin Sumgon, we put after that, and then our Ru Guru. So these prayers, you also usually we do the poa for some other people. Then teachers chant this calling Guru. Chant this one because connect with the teachers, and then they practice poa for doing poa for some other people disease. That's this realization song. So today we're going to share, followed by yesterday, about Milarepa. Yesterday we talked Milarepa. He burned these houses, and then what is it? He get punished, or he did hardship, purify all his karma, Then his guru, Marpa Lotsa, shared the teaching for him. Marpa Lotsa put him to meditate in the mountain. So yesterday, so we talked one night, Milarepa has dream about his home. So his dream is his mother is passed away and his sister is gone. The house is collapsed. So it's kind of very sad dream come to him. Then he wake up morning, he thought, I have to talk to this, my dream, have to share with the guru. So he think maybe this is something obstacle or something, maybe coming good things, he don't know. So then he early morning come down to see the Marpa Lotsawa. Marpa Lotsawa, actually that time morning, early morning, he's sleeping. Milarepa come into his room, just sit and next to him and stay meditate. And then Marpa Lotsa woke up, sun is shining to his head, and he saw the Milarepa. He told Milarepa, why you are here? Do you get any obstacles, something problem, or why you come here? So then Milarepa told him about all his old dreams shared to him. And then Marpa Lotsa told him, you are same as you become sun, because when you come into my room, sun is heat to my head. But I'm sleeping when you come in, then sun is, we are the last meeting. So we cannot meet in this life again, but we can meet in the pure life together. So that's he told the Milarepa. And then Marpa Lotsa asked, come to all his students together. Then he shared all his final like important teachings to his students, especially for Milarepa. And then he told everyone we have to prepare to Milarepa, go back to his home. So that time, then everyone gathering together, they did a talk, celebration, offerings, practicing. And then yesterday I thought I shared like Marpa Lotsa also told everyone to go back to sleep and look to your dream. Tomorrow come back and tell me what happened in the dream. So everyone went back to sleep and morning everyone come together. Then Milarepa has dreams. So dream actually yesterday I told you already about actually the lineage. So snow mountain, sun, and the four pillars. And the four pillars each has different animals, tiger, lion, vultures, different animals in each pillar. And then vulture is a flu, and vulture create many babies, become whole space as a baby and flew to in the space. So he shared that to Marpa Lotsa. Then Marpa Lotsa told, this each symbol is his students. So snow mountain is him, sun is like Dharma, lineage, and each other like tiger, lion, that is other students. He said this is other his students. But vulture is a representative to the Milarepa. So vulture is a flu and create many babies. And that means like Milarepa has many, many followers. So everyone is a flow in the space. Ska means all his students can get realized. So that's the sign of the dream. And then next day, Marpa Lotsa say, I have to go with him, send him back to home. They went to many miles together. So the cross the mountain, actually half of the Marpa Lotsa also joined with the Milarepa, sent back to his home, and all students come together with him. So then the one of the place, when I share this, like, I have also some strong feelings. So when the journey and a half of day, and then Milarepa, Marpa Lotsa, everyone sit together, and then they do some, practice celebration. Marpa Lotsa give lots of aspiration, pray to Milarepa, and he giving lots of suggestions. So what he have to do, he go back home, and then after which place have to go to meditate, practice. So when Milarepa has obstacles, then Marpa Lotsa told him, you call me, you calling me, and I can help you. And also then Marpa Lotsa give him some special, writing. Is just, is protected. So he told him, don't read. And when you need, then you read. So then you recognize when you need. So that kind of, he all giving suggestions to Milarepa. Then Milarepa also cry, he don't want to go. And Marpa Lotsa also crying too. And also all students have very strong feelings each other. But then Marpa Lotsa said, you have to go anywhere. So this is the time to go. Then Milarepa did post stations. He just, back and forth all the way went to Milarepa, crossed another mountain. He looked back, Marpa Lotsa still looking to him. So Marpa Lotsa never left, he looking to him. Then Milarepa tried to come back again. So he come back a little bit, and then he changed mind. Guru, Marpa Lotsa actually told him, don't come back. No, you're ready to go home. So he think that. Then he think, I have to go. So he went back to his hometown. And the same is the dream, actually, when he saw the house, he never, first he get in the area, so he see the people from his village. They don't know him because already too long time already. They're just all the people sharing what happened in the village when he used the black magic, that time. Then Milarepa get there and he talked with or to call someone taking care of animals together. Usually take care, go follow the animal in the mountain. Shepherds. So yeah, he meet the shepherds. He talked with the shepherds. He talked with them. He said, who is there? Then he pointing the area where his house. Who is living there? Do you know anything about that? The shepherd told him, there have big house, and nobody go there because everyone's scared to go there. Reason is we heard, he told him is we heard, father is past, mother, you just share again his stories, like the uncle, auntie told everything. And then mother sent his son to learn black magic. He did use black magic, care many people. And that's why everyone's scared that Milarepa, no one go to the area. And we heard the mother is dead, their sister is, we heard is begging, she's gone. So then Milarepa went back to his home. His house is already collapsed. So he knows where is his mother usually sleep. And there have lots of grasses growing. So he pick up grass, all bones come out, mother's bone, because she slept and in the bed, she passed away there. No one take care of body. So actually no one went into the house. His sister is gone, so she is bigger, no food. Then Milarepa stayed there 3 days. He meditated and he liberated his mother. And then he took mother's bones and create chacha. So also his home has lots of Buddha's texts, special texts. So very hard to get a text. His Milarepa's father is rich, so that's why his home has lots of Dharma texts. And he looking area everywhere, so he found all these texts, and maybe under the ground or somewhere, So he knows where this text. He collected all this together, and then he went to see his reader teacher. So someone teach Tibetan how to read. He has another, when he was young, he has a teacher. So he went to see him. He offered this text to him. And then the teacher scared to take this text. He said, no, I cannot take because I'm scared. They're all scared that Milarepa going to do some black magic. They're going to die, So Milarepa told him, no, I'm never going to do that. So he told her, I'm going to, did black magic after going to see Marpa Lotsa, I learned the Dharma. So no, I'm no harming anyone. He told him that, and he offered this text and asked him to do chachas, prayer for his mother. And then this guy, he give champa and the food, Milarepa. So he also share some teachings to him. So Milarepa share some teaching about Marpa Lotsa, his guru. So then that person give him the food, Milarepa then went to the mountain, retreat, so meditate. Many years actually meditate. Sometimes he come down in the area village, ask food. So when he come down to the village, and unfortunately he meet again his uncle's home. So he asked food. Uncle heard his voice. He recognized uncle. Uncle is really angry, and he calling other people to come. So our enemy is in the door. So we have to kill him. Then the uncle throw the stones and bring the stake and follow the Milarepa. Milarepa run away. So he's saying to the dogs, chasing, dog chasing, and then he calling other villages. Milarepa run, and after he cannot run because the dog and other people has a horse. They're close to him, and they throw the stones to Milarepa. Then Milarepa sit down and he said, "You guys stopped. If you don't stop, I have lots of protectors. They'll come to you, so they're going to get you." He used some powers, then they're scared, they go back home. Then there's hold the anchor and stop him, and some people bring the food to offer him Milarepa. Then Milarepa went back to again in the retreat, meditate. So he got very high level, so he can flew then. He can flew, Milarepa. He can flew like other morning stay in the other side of the mountain because the sun shines that mountain. Even then go to the sun's other side, he flew to other side. So that time then Milarepa's flying in the village. The one person in the village, the person, I think someone also relative to his uncle and auntie. So their father is working in the farm plot, and her son, young kids, he taking the yachts like front. I think they're doing like that, something. So kids saw the Milarepas flying. So he pointing her, look up, his human beings flying, so funny, so amazing. He told that. The father told him, no, he's a bad guy. Even he's flying, nothing amazing. So don't go to his shadows. So otherwise you get, obstacle. So that kind of, is people has lots of obstacle there due to their self-grasping. Yeah, they don't recognize. So Milarepa does that, and then also he sometimes come down to ask food. Usually don't come down. He gets something in the mountain to eat. So he don't really need much food. There some, growing different kind of vegetables in the mountains. So he used that eating. So then his body also changed to green color slowly. Then there are many long stories that we can share longer to go. And then yesterday, so we get the level. He got, obstacles. So that obstacle is actually Milarepa's getting into his realizer is going to Buddha. So that's why this obstacle, Maharaj tried to stop his realization. This obstacle actually, every moment we have, but we don't recognize. The biggest obstacle, of course, when you become Buddha, enlightened, that try to stop, Maharaj try to stop. Mentally or physically something, it's something we have going on. We don't know how to explain. There's positivity going on, negativity too going on with us all the time. So negativity, this Maharaj try to take us, put into more negativity. And this positivity try to put us in the more positive directions. So these two is a fighting actually. We don't recognize the energy is fighting. So that's why when you practice, every single day you have this two is energy is fighting you. So you go to practice Dharma, meditate, you always have something, try the negativity, Maharaj try to come in, get something, try to stop you. So you have to overrun for that. Otherwise, this try to stop Maras, try to stop us go to practice Dharma. Positive always try to put we are in the good condition in the practice of Dharma. But the truth is this negative Mara is more strong than positive. So that's why they take us into samsara, put into the samsara. The negative is like we think, oh, anger is powerful. Hatred is powerful, jealousy, these all emotions that we feel is powerful and easily go in that direction. So that is a negative energy bring us to the maras. Positive is like we feel something like love, compassion, and wanted to benefit some others. So that time is a positive energy, it's become run over the negative energy. We have to recognize, and then when you meditate, every moment you have this positive and the negative coming with you. So you have to run all the time run over the negative. Otherwise, this negative take over. So every practice, you always get some obstacles there. So you have to run over that, go through that. Then yesterday, see Milarepa, he going to reach the enlightened. So that's why this Maharaj tried to stop him. And then Guru come to blessing him. Marpa Losa appeared to him. So he thinking about the Guru. He upset. He has feelings like no pleasant something happening for him. So then he looked to the Guru, where is Marpa Losa resigned that direction. Then he fear is Marpa Losa if there. So he wanted to see him. Same time, then Marpa Losa appeared to him, come to see him. So that song is right now we are here. And when he see the Marpa Losa told him, what you have difficulty, problems, what going on you, he telling many things. And we're going to share this song. So Milarepa has a song of this to Marpa Losa. Okay. This song is followed by yesterday teaching. The Tear of Red Rock, Jiva Valley. The first one we did, right? So no, second is here says, inspired by this Salami Joyo's vision, Milarepa song in replay. So replay to his guru. Ready? Okay, so if you don't hear it, let me know, okay, right away. Also, you follow the song.
I am.
Oh, I'm going to leave this, okay?
Yes.
Do you have voice?
No, you have voice.
Then I put this with more voice.
No, it was okay. It was yours last time.
Okay.
When I see my Guru's countenance and hear his words, I, the mendicant, am stirred by the on my heart. In remembrance of the teachings of my Guru, respect and reverence arise in my heart. His compassionate blessings enter me. All destructive thoughts are banished. My earnest song called thoughts of my Guru must surely have been heard by you, my teacher. Yet am I still in darkness. Pray, pity me, and grant me your protection.
Indomitable, perseverance is the highest offering to my Guru. The best way
to devote myself to the holy Dharma is the best service to Buddhism. To devote myself to meditation, thus to aid my helpless sentient fellow beings. To love death and sickness is a blessing through which the clears one sees. To refuse forbidden food helps one to attain realization and enlightenment. To repair my father correspond to it. I meditate and meditate again. Pray, grant me your protection. Help this man to stay ever in hermitage. Pray, grant me your protection. Help this man to stay ever in
Thank you very much. So then this following is the Marpa Lotsa approach to Milarepa. He sang this song for Marpa Lotsa, and then he coming back to his cave. So yesterday, you see, Milarepa is outside and he looking for some, wood and gathering, try to make food. Exerted, Milarepa adjusted his robe and carry a handful of wood back to his cave. Inside he was started to find 5 Indian demons with eyes as large as saucers. One was sitting on his bed and preaching. 2 were listening to the sermon. Another was preparing and offering food. And the last was studying Milarepa's book. So here, talking about 5 Indian demons, the 5 is, I think, is representative of our 5 aggregates. So that's an effort in this Maharaj for disturbing his, practice. Following his initial shock. So of course he come into his room, his cave. So there are 5 of these there. So he really shocked. Milarepa thought, this must be magical apparitions of the local deities who dislike me. Although I have been living here a long time, I have never given them any offering or a compliment. So usually when we go to retreat practice, some place like solitary place, we make haramani with the local spirits. So we do some ritual things there. So the Milarepa thing, he didn't do anything for them. That's why the local spirits are happy. So coming to create obstacle for him. So now he wanted to do something for them. So this is, of course, a beginning level. We can create a harmony with it like that. But in the high level Milarepa, I said this is more deeper problem. Not easy to offerings that go away. So then. So he then began to sing a complimentary song to the deities of Red Rock Giver Valley. So now ready to sing again.
This lonely spot where stands my hut is a place pleasing to the Buddhas, a place where accomplished beings dwell, a refuge where I dwell alone. Above Red Rock Jewel Valley, white clouds are gliding below. The sun river gently flows while vultures will be between bees are humming among the flowers.
Intoxicated by the fragrance in the trees, birds swoop unnoticed, filling the air with their song. In the red rock jewel valley,
Young sparrows learn to fly, and monkey love to leap and swing, and bees to run and races while I practice to body, mind, and love to meditate. The local demons, ghosts, and gods, all friends of Milarepa. Ye local demons, ghosts, and gods, all friends of Milarepa. Ye local demons, ghosts, and gods, all friends of Milarepa. Ye local demons, ghosts, and gods, all friends of Milarepa. Ye local demons, ghosts, and gods, all friends of Milarepa. Ye local demons, ghosts, and gods, drink the Milarepa, drink the nectar of kindness, compassion and love, and return to your abode. And don't you come back, nectar of kindness, compassion and love, and return to your abode. And don't you come back no more. Kindness, no compassion and love, then return to your abode. And don't you come back no more. Kindness, compassion and love, and return to your abode. And don't you come back no more.
Thank you. Wonderful. Great. Can you hear clearly?
Come back no
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So this one is Milarepa actually press to them, press to the mountains. And in this meditators usually, when they go to place and they don't have really good energy, something, then they help them mountain gods, spirits. They press to them, they kind of do this sing or the press, like offering to them. So then they, make friendly for them, and also the benefit to them. Some, we talk about the protectors, have many protector prayers. Some protector is not the high realizer, just ordinary beings, really, the local spirits. So you cannot take refuge to them. So you can helping for them, benefit for them, make haramane, and with love with them. So then they not create obstacle for other beings. So you give offerings, torma, and we usually also tea when we drink the before tea offering to them, and you can drink coffee before coffee offering to them. So then also torma is like something ritual, so create an offering to them, kind of for food for them. So that helps, keep more positive energy. And then practice, when you practice, they not come to disturbing for your mind. So that's a Milarepa thing. First Milarepa thing, these guys are in the local spirits, but they are not. They are because it's emotion, like five afflictive emotion is effort to form maras and try to stop his practice. So that's why it's going on following here. But the ending, demons did not vanish. See, they not go away because they are no local spirits. And started blissfully at Milarepa. Two of them advanced, one grimacing and beating his lower lip, and the other grinding his teeth horribly. At the third coming up behind, very scared, right? So they create a Milarepa scared and fear. And then this emotion, then they let him to run away because he cannot stay there. Kept. So he cannot practice, like continue. So that's why this create obstacle. Behind, give a violent, malicious, laugh and shouted loudly, as they all tried to frighten Milarepa with fearful grimaces and gestures. Milarepa, knowing their evil motives, began the wrath for Buddha meditation and recited forcefully a powerful incantation, right? See, Milarepa, they use this all the, wrath for try to make scared, fear for Milarepa. Milarepa, he think I'm going to subdue them. So he try to practice wrath for, Wrath for means like we have also Buddhist peace for Buddha, increasing Buddha, monetizing, and wrath for. So 4 activities Buddhist practice has. And sometimes negative place, people does practice wrath for some practice. That helps more, subduing negative feelings. So Milarepa, he practiced wrath for Yidam deities. Maybe he meditated wrath for, Chagra Sambara or Vajrakalaya or something, like he forms effort to like, try to meditate that way and subdue them, make scare for them. So then, so where is it we are?
Still the demonstration. Second paragraph.
Oh, still the demons would not leave. See, they're not scared. Because this demons is come from own projecting own mind. They know somewhere come from outer level. So of course, the demon has 2 different demons. As demon or this demons has 2 differences. Some is like outer level obstacle beings. Some is like our inner projecting, your mind projecting. So that's why he cannot subdue them. Still, the demons would not leave. Then, with great compassion, they approach the Dharma to them, yet they still remained. So he created compassion, love, compassion to them, but that's also still there. They're not going to threaten it to Milarepa, but still they're not going. It's there. Usually, this practice, what Milarepa did, this benefit, this usual practitioners does this, subdued all the negativity, this spirits or local gods, something subduing using this method. Milarepa finally declared, through the mercy of Marpa, I have already fully realized that all beings, all and phenomena are of one on my mind. So now he's really going into Mahamudra state. So these are the levels of practice we have. You can do ritual things, benefit others, and let go all negative obstacles. Some you can use like wrathful practice that you can subdue them, make them scared, fear, and run away. Some practice you can use like you using love, compassion to them, then the power of love, compassion, they run away, and their benefit to them. But this one is because it's emotion of the own emotion, like we talk about five afflictive emotion. The emotion is apart to this five these demons. We have anger, ignorant, desire, and pride, jealousy. See, so this five afflictive emotion, no, is its own emotion is apart to this maras. So actually, Milarepa is already conquering five afflictive emotions, almost ready there. So now these emotions apart to form body to try to stop. It's conquering. So the create obstacle. Same as when Buddha Shakyamuni enlightenment in Buddhikaya, they all maras apart to him. So he stay also in this samadhi meditation. Then he subdued everyone. So then he thinks, what therefore is the use
The mind itself.
The mind itself is a transparency of wordness. What therefore is the use of all this, and how foolish I am to try to dispel this manifestation physically. Then Milarepa in a dauntless, right? Mode, the song of realization. So now he uses song realization is more different than first two. Because he's going to use song realization is that these beings, you are my mind projected. Where you want to be with me is okay. You be here with me together. So he not try to let go, not create like dualistic, conceptual. So he no fears for whatever appearing there. Is he recognize everything's mind projecting. So that's why he's saying this song of realization. So not ready to sing again. Yes.
Conquered the 14 months I bow to you. Marpa the translator. How you see the man with a name, son of stars and garment, was nurtured in my mother's womb, completing the 3 days. A baby I slept in a cup in my cradle. I watched the door, and then I lived on the high mountain.
Though the storm on the snow peak is awesome, I have no fear.
Have no fear.
Though the precipice is steep and perilous, I'm not afraid.
Not afraid.
I whom you see, the man with the name and the son of the golden eagle. I go with wings and feathers in the air. Yeah,
youth I watch the door, a man like you in the sky. Oh, I and I, though the sky is high and wide, I do not fear. Though the way is steep and narrow, I am not afraid. I, who you see, the man with the name, am a son of Natchin, your Lord, the king of the fishes. In my mother's womb, I rolled my golden eyes. A child, I slept in my cradle. As a youth, I learned to swim. A man, I swam in the great ocean.
Through the thundering waves are frightening. I do not fear. Though fishing hooks abound, I am not afraid.
I, who you see, the man with the name, am a son of God who loves. Faith grew in my mother's womb. A baby, I entered the door of Dharma. As a youth, I studied the Buddha's teaching. A man, I lived alone in caves. Through demons and ghosts and devils multiply. I am not afraid. Oh, I am not afraid. I am not afraid. Oh, I'm not afraid. The snow
Waves fall aside and frozen. Or of what use, what is it called? The Lion King. He who has a great perfect power. The eagle never falls from the sky. If so, would that not be absurd? Our blood cannot be cracked by a stone. If so, why refine the our own?
I'm Milarepa. Fear neither demons nor evils. If they frighten Milarepa, do what if there would be his realization or enlightenment. Ye ghosts and demons, enemies of the Dharma, I welcome you today. It's my pleasure to receive you. I pray that you stay. Do not hasten to leave. We will discourse and play together. Although you will be gone, stay the night, stay the night. We will pit the black against the white diamond and see who plays the best. Before you came, you vowed to afflict me, you did. Shame and disgrace will follow if you return with this vow unfulfilled. Ooh, I pray you stay. Do not hasten to leave. We'll discuss and play together. I pray you stay. Do not hasten to leave. It's my pleasure to receive. We'll discuss and play together. Stay the night. I pray you stay. Not hasten to leave.
subdued all the damage already. No more damage. Yeah, we already conquering damage. See, Milarepa arose with confidence, rushing straight at damage in this cave. Frightened, they shrink back, rolling their eyes in despair and trembling violently. Then settling, I think, together like a whirlpool, they all merged into one and vanished. So they're gone, no exist. So it's a Milarepa used this confidence song. So he just he talk about he is the realizer, yeah, and he's the importing like the Milarepa's disciple. So he sharing many like here is he's the baby of the like some special, yeah. So it's beautiful. That's hard to understand all these words, but it's really great. Then what happened is this was the demon king, Vinakaya, the obstacle maker, who comes searching for evil opportunities. Thought Milarepa, the storm too was undoubtedly his creation. So the storm also this Maharaj created for him, because Milarepa went to get the wood, right? He's going to make fire, he gathering the wood, and then big storm comes, the wood, he's lose everything, even his ropes, and he lost his consciousness, and then Marpalosa come to help him. So that's also this damage create obstacle for him. He recognized that. Then after this, Milarepa gained measurable spiritual progress. So he got more spiritual realization because he subdued all these obstacles. He overrun through the obstacle. This story relates the attack of the demon king Vinayakaya. It has three different meanings and hence may be called either the 6 ways of thing of my guru. So the tale of Red Rock Jivar Valley, or the story of Milarepa collecting wood. So this song has a different kind of names. People using different names. Milarepa collect the wood, or calling the guru, or subduing these demons. Okay, so now next we go to the Guru Yoga. We're going to practice Guru Yoga Milarepa. So now we more connections of Milarepa, then practice Guru Yoga. We have more connect to the Guru. Guru Yoga. Do you have that sadhana, Guru Yoga?
Se las mando María y Abelardo.
Can share each other. Everyone has a Guru Yoga right here?
Yes.
Okay. Guru Yoga. Guru Yoga is here, the daily Guru Yoga practice of Gypsy Milarepa Yepa Dorje. So this practice, daily we connect with the Milarepa. Meditator practitioners use this prayer practice daily. So here is Gypsy Milarepa Dorje, his name, Milarepa's name. We're calling like kind of more respect way. And then call is Gypsy Milarepa Dorje. Yepa Dorje is laughing. Dorje is Vajra. Gypsy is so the spiritual being. Then I share a little bit this first. When we practice this, above crown my head, up in a lotus and the moon is gypsy jepa dorje. So we visualize top of our crown is a lotus and then moon sits top there. Visualize Milarepa's form body. The Milarepa is usually, different than in Tibetan. You see the monks, the robes, because he is the different. When Milarepa comes, it actually become different perception. Used to in Tibet, of course, the monastery, or people always think monastery, monks and nuns can get realized and not lay practitioners. So Milarepa has been more followers for lay practitioners. Even they don't receive the monks and the nuns vows. So he shared these instructions, and then the meditative practice, they get realizers. So that's why his robe is a lay practitioner's robe, not the monastic monks and nuns and the robes he usually use. So generally he don't have robes. And when he stay in the caves, so he didn't have robes. Then sister, we already told this morning story, bigger, and she didn't know where is her brother, because he went to learn black magic, then he went to Dharma teacher, Marpa Lotsa, and she cannot survive herself. She cannot take care of these homes. So she left his home and begged food everywhere. Then one day, sometimes hunters go to in the mountains. So hunters always have a contact with the Milarepa. Some hunters very nice, some hunters very rude. So some hunters saw the Milarepa. Milarepa usually, meditate. I think some he joy, happy. He sing the song of realizations. So this is like no writing. What we're sharing, this song of realizations. Beautiful, right? We cannot think about how to write this kind. Take long time to plan to write, but very hard to can write. Writers cannot think about easily like that. So Milarepa has, when we meditate, all this comes song of realization, beautiful arising. Then I think he has a really good voice too. So he's singing, then this hunters heard. Then they went back to in the town, and the hunters like gathering, make fire, and then one hunter, he's followed the Milarepa. He said that in the mountain, this guy singing, like, what he doing? He used acting, and he's saying something. So then his sisters ask her food them, and she listening them, and then she think lots like my brother voice. So they're talking about the guy. Then she asked them which guy there has up the mountain. So then they say, yeah, it's one guy is there, and he didn't have a cloth, he don't have food, he just stay in the cave. He's sometimes singing. So they told her that. Then she thought, this is my brother, could be. It's looks like because of the voice, telling, And then she begged the food, she got food, went to see him in the cave. She saw him, she's so upset. So she cannot see him, couldn't see him because she didn't have a cloth. And then she also lose consciousness when she saw him. She talked like with him. She said, we are the unfortunate person in the world. So parents, father passed, and all this auntie, uncle talk everything. And then this auntie, uncle treated so badly for us. No, you don't have food, you don't have clothes. You stay in the same as animals in the mountain. I'm big the food. So we are in the unfortunate person in the world, worst one in the world. Then Milarepa said, no, we are the not worst one. I am the supreme person in the world. So she said, no, you cannot be, because supreme person need have food, clothes. So many Dharma practitioners in everywhere. They have temple, they have all this service, and there has attendance, and no one Dharma practitioners like you. So you are no practitioner. You are always, she thinks he went to wrong directions. So then she told him, I'm going back to something, find some pieces of cloth. I'm going to make some cloth for you. So she went back to, like take the garbages and found pieces of cloth and make rope for him and give it to him. Then she told him, I'm going back to again and go to this different teachers, ask them, give you job to service for them. At least they give you maybe survey the floor, something like that. She tried to get job for you. She told him. Then she went back to again, and Milarepa tried to share him teachings. She never get. So then she gave these ropes. One day Milarepa cut everything pieces. He put in each fingers kind of glove, he make gloves. So glove is not red glove, just he put one piece here, one piece, something like that. She come back to again, see him. She's so upset again. She said, I'll make this cloth for you. Should you take down every pieces? Sometimes you say you don't have time. You say, I have to meditate all the time. See, you have time. I give you cloth, you all cut pieces, make more like this. So she upset and she asked him to just come to the city and look job for him. But he, of course, Milarepa share him, is, my dharma is like, so his sharing is like, no, it's other teachers, what they're doing, I'm doing is actually dharma, but I'm doing is my way, it's different. So I'm follow my guru instruction. Anyway, she can, of course, like take away Milarepa from take to samsara. And then when his sister with her and auntie coming to see Milarepa, auntie who take all these Milarepas, the fortunes, everything she took away. She going to ask Milarepa, give all house, left the house and the farms. She going to ask him to give it to him, her, everything. Because she's scared to take. Milarepa did black magic after no one touched. No one touched the Milarepa's farm and the house, anything, just leave there. So she bring some food and give it to Milarepa. And then she think he's going to give me all this, everything. So she bring the food to give to Milarepa. Her sister so upset, she comes, she throw the stones. Milarepa stop her, don't do that. And then this auntie comes, she bring the food. She said, I offer you this food. Can you give me your land and the house? Milarepa said, yes, everything take you. Everything's for you. So he give everything for her. So then she said, can you promise me you're not going to do any black magic? So Milarepa said, yes, I'm not going to do anything black magic for you. So you take everything. He give it to her. And the sister is very upset. She's fighting with her and Milarepa stop her. So Milarepa, the point is they don't have a cloth. And then when he go to with song of realization, he already reaching enlightenment. So now he's going to benefit others. He's going to the cities and the towns. So he has a rope, red rope, cartoon rope. So that's the here, talking about. Jetsin Yepa Dorje, color of body is Moon Yepa Dorje. This color of his body is clear blue and he wears white cartoon. The locks of his hair are turned upwards. His right hand is hold close at his right ear. So when he sing, he always does this. I think holding our ear like this is a Milarepa's mudra. So when he's ready to sing, he hold it this way. Right ear. His left hand is in the resting in econometric mudra, so holding here, econometric mudra. In the lap, holding a skull cup. So the skull cup is a representative, non-conceptual, non-dualistic view. So that representative actually he has fully realized it. He don't have the same, it's our perceptions. we have like dualistic perception. That's why we have good and bad, and my friends, my enemies, we all have this conceptual thought. But one day you realize, so everyone is your friend. So you don't have these two dualistic conceptuals. That's representative is the skull cup, and also skull cups. You don't rely on the human beings like this ordinary food. So dwelling within in experience of the troubling firelight of pro-moral wisdom, utterly blazing with a majestic brilliance. So we visualize the Milarepa as his body sometimes like maybe like red is 5 different colors. So or you can visualize like fire, in the like behind something, like some Yidam deity says fire in behind. So that's all representative is the wisdom. Fire is a representative wisdom. Fire burn or everything. Same is like wisdom arrive, you can destroy all this samsara habitudes, karmic imprints. And then fire is fire afflictive emotion is already transformed to 5 wisdoms. So we have 5 afflictive emotion. So that means we are ordinary person. When we have 5 afflictive emotion, we are ordinary beings. And realizer means this 5 afflictive emotion is become a rise to 5 wisdoms. So emotion is transformed wisdom. That's why it's talk about his Buddha, 5 legs of pro-moral wisdom, utterly blazing with the majestic brilliance. Then resounding with the melodies in whisper Varjara song. So he's singing, song of realizations, which you already sang, song of realization. That's kind of, he's sharing the teachings. Varjara song. Through your compassion, think of me with love. So now we practice Milarepa. Ask him, please think of me, blessing me. Yeah, compassion, think of me with love. Bless me to attain the 5 kayas and the 5 pro-moral wisdoms. So we talk about the 5 kaya is this 5 afflictive emotion is transformed and then called 5 kayas. They actually talk about the 5 Buddhas. The Buddhist says 5 Buddha. And this 5 Buddha is no associated with, you see, when Indian demons come to 5, 5 demons come apart to Milarepa, they're distracting his practice, right? Create obstacles. So we have 5 aggregates, 5 afflictive emotions. And so this all transformed, then become called 5 Buddha and 5 female Buddhas. It's also called 5 wisdoms. So that is a long teaching, and then we go that direction is take long time to understand. So point is like when you really realize is everything is you're transforming Buddhas. So we have Buddhists have many different Buddhas. So that's all is like become when you are enlightened, you have become same with them, no separate with them. So 5 Buddha is actually we subdued 5 aggregates is transformed to 5 Buddhas. That's we have 5 element transformed is called 5 female Buddhas. And the 5 afflictive emotion transformed is called 5 wisdoms. So then we write the, like create auto level 5 Buddha, different Buddhas symbolize different meanings. But truly all is inner level. We have this everything within us. No, we don't recognize. We have that seeds, but we don't recognize. One day you realize means this all ripening become to 5 Buddha, 5 female Buddha, everything arises from us. So not somewhere else. So that's why we have to create ourselves as a Buddha. You know, enlightenment means we are enlightened. We create, we have become Buddha. So create, they also sometimes like little incorrect words. You don't have to create, but you have to recognize your own, what you have. You have to realize. Create is, you don't have something, then we create, right? But we have that, we don't recognize right now. Then we don't recognize, we have impure perceptions. As long as we have impure perceptions, this element, everything is affected for us. You know, water can affect us, fire can affect us, right? So earth can affect us, and wind can affect for us. So this element affected for us. Affected means like there can, you know, create obstacle, or this fire can burn us. Yeah, water can, we sinking or sinking into the water, we can die. So this is affected, water affected for us. But when you become Buddha, this element is always transformed. Element is, so you control to become, you control. That's why Milarepa, when he was in the mountain, these hunters get him. They think he's, you know, demon or something, not human beings. They play with him. They say, oh, we have to burn these guys because he stay in the mountain. He's not doing any work. So he's not that old. He can do the job. He can get food. He's not doing that. The lazy guy, he stay in the mountain. He's useless guy. So we have to put in the water. So they take him to put in the water, Milarepa, hunters. Then they're laughing. They say, yeah, he's dying in the water. Milarepa say, you guys, wrong view, wrong thoughts, misunderstand. I'm Milarepa, water never going to affect me. You know, I'm free from water element. You know, he controlled the water elements. So if they put in the water, Milarepa went back to again in the cave. So then they say, why he didn't die in the water? This human being is crazy, you know. They say, why did he not die there? He went back there, his cave. They went back to again, climb the mountain, went back to again, get him again. The 5 guys, you know, 5, hunters. One guy said, I don't know, this guy, I cannot say it's some, you know, bad, it's something special. So he said, I apologize. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I'm not going to touch him. So he did that. Other forces say, yeah, you are terrible. You don't know anything. Why you devotion to this spirit, you know, that guy? He cannot get food, or you can take refuge to him. That blunt other guy, you know. So he cannot protect anyone. He cannot get his own food. Then they say, hey, we have to burn him because he's hunger here. Better burn the fire. So then they told him to, they create wood and make fire, and they tied his, you know, his arms. They put in the fire. Then they put in the fire, they watch, then slowly they say, okay, now he's going to die. They left. But fire is gone. Milarepa say, these people is just wrong. Fire never going to affect me. See, fire never burned here. He went back to again. So then hunters went back to in the city, and because of the protectors and upset, due to that create something. So they get punished. All this, you know, leader of the village or city, that 4 of them killed. One is that they released. He didn't do anything, Milarepa. So Dharma protector always follow this, you know, spiritual beings. So that's the story, you know, this, when you get higher realize that this element is your control. Element never affected to you. So here, no, bless me to meet with the innate face of where things are. So bless me to meet with the innate faith means like blessing, recognize our own nature. Innate faith means inner nature mind. If the where things are means true nature, who they are, you know, or origin mind, kind of origin mind, never deluded mind. So that's mind we have to recognize. Things are. Bless me so that discursive thoughts arise as meditation. So then these Guru's blessings come to your mind, or these thoughts is become, create wisdom. So meditators have thoughts, emotions. They recognize right away thoughts, emotions. Recognize, and then there's thoughts liberating. So our ordinary people, when thoughts arise, we follow the thoughts. Thoughts control us. But meditators, when thoughts arise, they recognize thoughts, and the seeing thoughts does not exist. It's actually thoughts itself is emptiness. So then they release their thoughts. That means the thoughts transform to causes of wisdom. So our beginner, we have thoughts, then they create more samsaric, is habituate. We create more samsara habituate, strong and strong. We follow all the time thoughts. Meditator thoughts never control them. They have thoughts. Meditators have thoughts. More thoughts, they create more wisdom. So same is like you have more fire, you can create more. You have more firewood, you can create more fire. So more thoughts, more emotions that liberate these thoughts, emotions. So then they become more strong and strong Guinean practitioner. So Milarepa, with just song of realization we shared, this beings obstacle him, may create more obstacle him. He conquered them. He's become more realizer. So that's why bless me so that discursive thoughts arise in meditation. Bless me so that I may bring negative condition into the path. Then whatever negativity arising for us is the Guru's blessing helps, or the negativity taken into the path. Negativity never take you into samsara. So this, in many practitioner meditators, the negativity never affected to them. Negativity never affected for them. So they use that negativity taken into the path. They use that negativity that create more practice and use that negativity. So become negativity is a support for practice. So our ordinary people, beginner, meditator, negativity create more obstacle, suffering. But meditator, practitioner, negativity help them. And they use that energy, create more practice, strong and strong. So that's why I share many times in Tibet, we think is communists come to in Tibet, they destroy Dharma. But reality, truly, they never destroy Dharma. Why? Because they only destroy temples. And they say you cannot do practice. They stop that. Actually, truly, they cannot stop. You put more harder, the meditator use that energy, negative energy. They use that energy, create love, compassion, and more practice. So that's why when communists come to Tibet, many these meditators, they put in the jail. So when they're released, they are become realizer meditators or practitioners. They create realizers. So true Dharma is our devotion and love, meditate, recognize our inner qualities. That's no one can destroy that. So if that time, communists come to Tibet, destroy all these objects, then people really want more Dharma, more thirsty for Dharma again. So one example, in China, Tibet, it's cannot keep His Holiness Dalai Lama picture, image. So people dying for that. you know, the so valued image is so valuable. And they have, if they have home, is that their thing is like some treasure for them, health and the home. They're so happy. They actually change their life for that. So no, in the freedom countries, I know all Tibetans, they have that kind of feeling, no, because they have free. Then they don't really think they're valued. Yeah. So that's why I say this negativity actually kind of obstacle really helps for the practitioners. If you know the Dharma boundaries, if you don't know Dharma, then the negativity is negativity. Negativity is going to we are get suffering. So Garchen Rinpoche, when they went to in the prison many years, during that time, of course, not only teachers, many lay people there too. So some of these people don't know the Dharma. There's they who don't know the Dharma, they care themselves, you know, the society, many. Who know the Dharma, then no one society. So that's also special, see? Who know the Dharma, they use this negative, difficult, everything, use that energy and practice, become their, you know, in the present 20 years he went there, it's always a kind of like meditative practice, ritual. So Milarepa went to mountain, these guys went to prison, meditate, it's become equal, you know. They use that energy to use for meditation. So that's why when we get some difficulty, problem, obstacle, whatever arise, then calling the guru, they use that energy and the practice. So that time is powerful, very powerful. So no, you don't have anger. Everyone is happy here, right? Okay, so you practice love, compassion, not that powerful, okay? So when you really anger in difficult situation you get, that time you practice love and compassion is very powerful. So when you get some condition is a desire object. So that time you meditate, practice, and impermanent. They're very powerful. You know, emptiness, impermanent. No, maybe you don't attach to any object. You don't just think about anything, not really fixation any specifically. You meditate impermanent, not that kind of powerful. So one day maybe you lose your friends or family or relative, your job or something. That time then you really practice impermanent meditation, very powerful. So this when difficulty comes, during that time you have to use this practice. So this practice also we need support. Support is these spiritual beings. So these spiritual beings have us blessing and support. The Buddhists, you know, spiritual beings cannot liberate us, but spiritual beings support us. When you think about you do something, their support for us, always there. But if we don't do them, they cannot do anything. Because the point is we have to do. And we have to liberate ourselves. Buddha said, I cannot liberate you if you don't do anything. Yeah, he said, I can show you the path. I can help you, but you have to do. The point is, otherwise, why Buddha not help us if he can do? You know, the same thing about the teacher and the school and the students. So Buddha is the same as the teacher, we are the same as the student, this Dharma is the same as the subject. So we need a teacher, but students have to put effort, right? Study, otherwise you don't get education. Not possible to education. If they have a good school, you know, the good subject, and they has a good teacher, but student then never put effort, no study, don't follow the school's law and rules, the student then not possible to get education. So teacher cannot transform his knowledge to the student. Otherwise, like, you know, who has power, who has money, they buy this knowledge to transform to these own kids, you know, right? So they cannot do that. Buddha already told, my realization cannot transform to you. Not possible to transform. I can share with you this, all this text to you easily, transform to your form, right? But our true quality is cannot transform each other. Our also negative also cannot transform each other. So that is a good thing actually. Yeah, we have individually opportunity to do something. So no one can take opportunity. So we can do, if you do something, then this spiritual beings always there, helping us. So that I am bring negative condition into path. When you chant this, you visualize Milarepa, and then you chant this, slowly and meditate, very powerful. You really feel connection to Milarepa. So Milarepa, he already created so much this hardship, difficulty. That's the power of that is still benefit us. Think about Milarepa. Marpa Losa has many disciples. Some other disciples have more knowledge, that time is more famous than Milarepa. But that time they are famous, and that time, so they have more students. That time they're is how to say they liberate themselves. They know they are realizers. Everyone knows they are realizers. But these realizers cannot comparing to Milarepa. Milarepa is more benefit for others. He is a holder of become Marpa Losa's lineage. So because he did so hardship, difficult, all this, like Marpa Losa created him that, and he benefited for others. So that's why when you think about Milarepa, it's always a power, is a blessing there. Then the blessing is so that the negative actions. So when you chant this thing also, like when you have difficult time, chant this, very powerful. And so also we confessing, our negative. Blessing is so that the negative actions, misdeeds, and obscurations are purified. Blessing is so that the purifies of the view are severed. So wrong view, like when we meditate, maybe we don't go to right direction, get maybe wrong view, wrong conceptual, wrong thoughts. So that's also purifying. Bless me so that I will generate revelation to samsara. So when you meditate, practice, calling Milarepa, you get more renunciation to samsara. Your minds really go into spiritual path. Bless me so that I will accomplish the rainbow body and the conchara. So the rainbow body is when we die, and then the bodies become actually disparate. So the negative sign is when we die, bodies become bigger and bigger. So some bodies become like, dead bodies come to a life, or come to, harm for other beings. So that is a negative result. And the positive result is when you meditate, practice like positive result, meditators, then there is many special signs that has. So different kind of levels. This is the highest level, is go to body, is rainbow body. It's so no many people having that rainbow body. So some having, still is there, the sign is there, still there. So that's why people strongly trust Dharma, because the sign is always there if as long as you practice. Yeah. So no, in Tibet, there's some area, the practitioners, many Dharma practitioners, everywhere actually where they die is totally different. The ordinary people die. So some, of course, they know when they die, There's some has a kind of a choice. They say, I'm going to die this year or next year, something, they tell us. When time is going, okay, when I see the Kempo Minister, it's Garchino Boche's teacher. So in front of them, Kempo Minister told Garchino Boche, I'm going to stay only 3 years. So he told that him, no, I have only stayed 3 years. So no, you don't send me monks here, because we very far away to go to see him. Garchin's teacher's name Kempo Minister, so he had Garchin and many teachers, students in the prison. So he created so many practitioners. We meet him, so that time he told Garchin Rinpoche, no, don't bring other monks with here because it's too far away, and don't send me anyone here. I'm not stay too long, only 3 years. So no, you take care of them. So that he told them, 3 years after he passed away. So that I heard directly from him. That's the realizers. Practitioner knows when they're ready to pass away. Nirvana. Milarepa also knows when he's ready to pass. He all has this sense. He's telling, I'm ready to go. So then, chant this mantra, whatever you can, the enlightening body of the Gypsy Yepa Dorje and my mind makes without duality beyond a liberation. So meditate and all the Milarepa's body and our body and mind is become inseparable. It's like, same as like water, bubbles dissolve into water. So Milarepa is dissolved to you, you are become inseparable with Milarepa. Evenly rest in the state without the concepts, then you meditate, stay in the natural mind. So after that, you do this dedication by this virtue, so we can sharing to our loved ones, mothers, parents, or someone passing where we can share that dedication for others. Safely accomplish Mahamudra, sharing and wish them have realized Mahamudra. They might establish all wandering beings without exception upon that ground. So wishing that all beings have realized. So this last is like, may the blessing of Lord Milarepa forever grow in all directions. Also, Lord Mala, laughing, Varjara, to you I pray. Some people chant this lots of often and often because of reminding, teaching Guru. So that's this practice. Now we chant this practice together. Above the crown of my head, upping a lotus and the moon is Gypsy Yepa Dorje. The color of his body is clear blue and woven white cotton. The locks of his hair are turned upwards. His right hand is held across as air. His left hand is in the resting in equanimity mudra, holding a skull cup. Dwelling within the experience of the troubling 5 legs of pro-motor wisdom, utterly blazing with majestic brilliance, rosary with melodious, inducible Vajra songs. Through your compassion, think of me with love. Bless me to attain the 5 kayas and the 5 pro-motor wisdom. Bless me to meet the initial phase of the way of things are. Bless me so that the discursive thoughts arise as meditation. Bless me so that I may bring negative condition into the path. Bless me so that the negative actions, misdeeds, and obscurations are purified. Bless me so that the purified all views are severed. Bless me so that I will generate revelation through samsara. Bless me so that I will accomplish the rainbow body and the kachara. Tibetan, go to Tibetan. Ranga je vora pedete, je se je ba dorje ne, kumdong osan rekar sor, varara jindu soba ye, saye ninje te karate, yombe nyam ya tu yara nam, ye xie wong ai chu pe long ze zen ra de ba wa re yo yo me dor jin gr yang zhou tu jie da lai ze wei gong ge nga ye xie nga do xin ji lo ne lo rang ya ren jia wa re xin ji lo nam do gong de jia wa re xin ji lo jing e lam de long wa re xin ji lo leng e de de da wa re xin ji lo da wa kor sai chu ba re xin ji lo kor wai xian lo jie wa re xin ji lo ja le kar ju de ba re xin ji lo Om Ai Guru Azan Benza Hong Om Ai Guru Benza Hong Om Ai Guru Azan Benza Hong Om Guru Azan Benza Hong Om Guru Azan Benza Hong Om Guru Hasan 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 Benza 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 The enlightened body of the gypsy Yepa Dorje and my mind makes without duality, beyond elaboration. Like water bubble dissolve into water, evenly rest in the state without concepts. Tibetan. Jesen Yepa Dorje go Ransem Jidara Nimindi Chila Chawar Dambadal Ming Ming on the Nyambarja. We meditate here. Short meditation. No dedication. By this virtue, may I safely accomplish Mahamudra. Then I may establish all wandering beings without exception upon that ground. So Tibetan. Gewan de yen yor de da saja jembo njurne drowa je jang maleba te ye salangu barashu. Lord Mullah, laughing Varjara to you I pray. Lord Mullah, laughing Varjara to you I pray. Lord Mullah, laughing Varjara to you I pray. Jemelai jebai dorje lai zorwai de zo. Jemelai jebai dorje lai zorwai de zo. Yemelai Yevai Dorielai Zorwandezo. Now we're going to do the dedication and the sharing in the screen. Dorjen Chang, Telopa, Naropa, Marpa, Milarepa, Dharma Lord Gambopa, Pamotropa, and Lord Digompa. Please bestow upon us the most auspicious blessing of all Kaju Lamas. By this virtue, may I achieve omniscience. By defeating all enemies, confusion, may all who travel on the waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death cross the ocean of samsara. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. I pray the Lama may have a good health. I pray the Lama may have a long life. I pray that your Dharma activity separate far and wide. I pray that I may not be separate from you. As Minjeshri, the Vero realized the ultimate state, and as did the Samanta Bada, I will follow in the path and fully dedicate all the merit for all sentient beings. By the blessing of the Buddha who attained the Tirikayas, by the blessing of the true of unchanging Dharma as such, by the blessing of the indivisible Sangha order, may the merit I share bear fruit. By the virtues collected in the three times, by my seven all beings in samsara and nirvana, and by the inner rule of virtue, may I and all sentient beings quickly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious enlightenment. May the teachings of Guru Digompa Ranashiri, whose omniscient Lord of Dharma, Master of interdependence, continue and increase through study, practice, contemplation, meditation, until end of the samsara. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, singers. Beautiful song. Thanks very much. Gracias. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Zone people. Thanks, everyone. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, Kempo. Gracias.
Yes.
Thank you, Kempola.
Thanks.
Thanks, Kempo.
Thank you, Kempo.
I hope everyone enjoyed the song of realization. Yes.
Wonderful.
Very
Wonderful.
much.
Beautiful. Yes.
Yes.
It was wonderful. Thank you. Thanks, Mexican.
We have next week continue.
Okay,
Great.
Week.
super.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Perfect.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah,
Bye-bye. Bye,